Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And for today's vlog, we are going to teach you on how to know that you are already suffering from a depression. For a disclaimer, I am not a medical professional, but I also read an article about the signs and symptoms of a depressed person. Could it be depression? Being unhappy isn't the same as being depressed. Depression is a term often used loosely to describe how we feel after a bad week at work or even when we're going through a breakup. But major depression disorder is a type of depression is much more complicated. There are specific symptoms that determine whether it's depression or the sadness we all feel sometimes experience in life. Determining if persistent, unshakable dark feelings are a result of depression can be the first step toward healing and recovery. Read through these warning signs to see if it's time for you to see a mental health professional. Number 1. Hopeless outlook. According to Michelle London, depression is a cruel disease that can affect anyone. It is very easy once the symptoms begin for a person to slide down the black hole of depression where the symptoms spiral and feed off each other, increasing in severity. Major depression is a mood disorder that affects the way you feel about life in general. Having a hopeless or helpless outlook on your life is the most common symptom of depression. Other feelings may be worthless self-hate or inappropriate guilt. Common, recurring thoughts of depression may be vocalized as, "It's all my fault," or "What's the point?" Number 2. Loss of interest. According to Megan Thomas, a web developer and editor, I started feeling more averse to going to work, started to call in sick more, and thought I was just going through a nesting phase after being married. Depression can take the pleasure or enjoyment out of the things you love, a loss of interest or withdrawal from activities that you once looked forward to, such as sport or going out with friends, is yet another telltale signs of major depression. Another area where you may lose interest is sex. Symptoms of major depression includes a decreased sex drive and even impotence. Number 3. Increased fatigues and sleep problems. Part of the reason you might stop doing the things you enjoy is because you feel tired. Depression often comes with a lack of energy and overwhelming the feeling of fatigue, which can be among the most debilitating symptoms of depression. This could lead to excessive sleeping. Depression is also linked with insomnia, as one might lead to another and vice versa. They can also make each other worse. The lack of quality, restful sleep can also lead to anxiety. Number 4. Anxiety. According to Dr. Jeff Tausig, if you have been feeling down and you just can't seem to shake it, the things that have made you happy are not of interest or they're not having the same effect, then it's not just sadness, not letting go. While depression hasn't been shown to cause anxiety, the two conditions often occur together. Symptoms of anxiety can include: Number 1. Nervousness, restlessness, or feeling tense. Number 2. Feeling of danger, panic, or dread. Number 3. Rapid heart rate. Number 4. Rapid breathing. Number 5. Increased or heavy sweating. Number 6. Trembling or muscle twitching. Number 7. Trouble focusing or thinking clearly about anything other than the thing you're worried about. Number 5. Irritability in men. Depression can affect the sexes differently. Research shows that men with depression may have symptoms such as irritability, escapist and risky behavior, substance abuse, or misplaced anger. Number 6. Changes in appetite and weight. Men are also less likely than women to recognize depression or seek treatment for it. Weight and appetite can fluctuate for people with depression. This experience may be different from each person. Some people will have increased their appetite and gain weight, while others won't be hungry and will lose weight. One indication of whether dietary changes are related to depression is if they're intentional. Number 7. Uncontrollable emotion. According to Megan Thomas, a web developer and editor, my depression manifested as sadness and frustration and anger, and affected my new marriage greatly because my husband didn't understand how depression worked. 1 minute, it's an outburst of anger. The next, you're crying uncontrollably. Nothing outside of you prompted the change, but your emotions are up and down at a moment notice. Depression can cause mood swings. And last but not the least, looking at death. According to Mindy K. Smith, a blogger, when I was 28, I started to think about the idea of going back to school to teach the Monday after spring break. It was a Friday and I just couldn't imagine the possibility of getting out of bed and walking into the school. I started crying and I couldn't stop. Depression is sometimes connected with suicide. In 2013, more than 42,000 people died from suicide in the United States. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, people may die by suicide usually to show symptoms first. Often, people would talk about it. People who die by suicide usually show symptoms first. Often, people would talk about it or make a first attempt before succeeding in ending their life. If you think someone is at risk of self-harm or hurting another person, call 911 or the local emergency number. Stay with the person until help arrives. Remove any guns, knives, medication, or other things that may cause harm. Listen, but don't judge, argue, threaten, or yell. If you have had some of the previously mentioned symptoms for more than 2 weeks, you might be suffering from major depression disorder. Recognizing that you're depressed is essential to getting the right help. Subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching.